Hello, welcome to Chapter 16 for Business Math called Marketing. We are in Lesson 16.6 called Television Advertising Costs. Make sure you're reading through the chapter. Look at the lesson. What vocabulary and concepts are they asking you to understand? As you go through the example, pay attention to not just how to calculate, but why and what are you doing? Because that's going to definitely help you as we go through the chapter here. We start using more culminating activities where we're combining our skills, okay? If we just understand how to do it, we're not really going to understand how to apply it later. So make sure you're looking at the why. Why am I doing this? All right. Let's go ahead and read the summary here. So we have the cost of a television commercial depends on the time of day the ad is shown, the ratings the program generates, and the length of the advertisement. Television commercials are generally 10, 30, or 60 seconds long. So cost of a 10-second ad is 0.5 or half the cost of a 30-second ad. And the cost of a 60-second ad is 2 times the cost of a 30-second ad. So we can kind of really quickly manipulate a table here based on knowing the cost of a 30-second commercial. And that's pretty much they're always going to give us the cost of the 30-second commercial. And we just have to convert it to 10 seconds. So we divide by 2. Or 60 seconds, we multiply by 2. Okay, so we just kind of go back and forth with that. And I'm saying divide by 2 because 0.5 is half, which if we write that as a fraction, it means divide by 2, right? So if we look at this table here, those are the formulas. Usually I put my little thing there, I forgot. So we're going to complete the table here, and we have our rate per 30-second commercial. And for this one, I think it's just easy. If you just kind of go ahead and really quickly do your conversions here. So multiply by 0.5, multiply by 2, and I'm doing this kind of at the same time. So 20,000 times 0.5 or divided by 2 is 10,000. So it's $10,000 to do a 10-second commercial. It's $20,000 to do a 30-second commercial. And then I'm going to multiply by 2 for a 60-second commercial. So it's $40,000 here for a 60-second commercial. So now we already have our numbers. We just need to go through and start multiplying. So we have number of 10-second commercials. We have 4 of them. For each one, it's $10,000. So we're going to multiply by 10,000. And that'll give us our total for our 10-second commercials. And we're going to add that to our 30-second commercials. We have 3 of those. Remember, those cost $20,000. Plus, we have 3 60-second commercials. So times 40,000. All right. So now we have our 3 amounts. Make sure you multiply for each one of these, and then you're going to add the totals together to get your total cost here. Okay. So not super complicated, just multiple steps. Okay. First, you have to convert it from a 30-second to a 10-second and a 60-second commercial for your cost, so you know what the cost is for all 3. And then you just have to apply it here and multiply by the appropriate numbers. All right. So if we look down below, number 5 is pretty darn similar to the, oops, wrong button. Number 5 is pretty similar to the table there. It's just in word problem form, so it's giving you kind of a story, but it's still giving you everything that you need, just like the table. So the arena car lot is going to sponsor the arena sporting events. The rate for a 30-second commercial is 5,000. Sorry, little cat here is getting into stuff. 5,540. Arena car lot contracts for 20 30-second ads, 10 10-second ads, and 4 60-second ads. What is the total cost for the advertisement? So first, convert this so that you know this is 30 seconds, and I need 10 seconds. So this is 10 seconds, and I need 60 seconds. This is 60 seconds. So I'm just labeling these, sorry, sec. All right, so we're going to multiply. So if I multiply by 0.5, sorry, there's a decimal point there, you just can't see it, or divide by 2, I get 20, I believe it's 27. Yeah. 27.70 if I divide by 2. So a 10-second commercial is $2,770. A 60-second commercial is times 2, so that's $11,080. All right, so now I have my 3 amounts. If it's a 60-second commercial, cost this much. If it's a 10-second commercial, we have our $2,770. If it's a 60-second commercial, we have our $11,080. So I suggest, for each one of these, you go down really quickly and you kind of do that same idea. And then you just set it up over here. You have 10, 30, and 60-second commercials. So you just have to go through and fill in your appropriate information. So they contracted for 20 30-second commercials, 10 10-second commercials, and 4 60-second commercials. And you just need to make sure you multiply by the appropriate number over here. Okay, so same thing as the table, just not set up nicely in the table for you. Okay, number 6 and 7. Actually, we keep going through this 6 through 10. So I'll kind of take a look at one of these, and then the rest of them are pretty darn similar. So Mountain View Amusement Park Spring Television Advertising Campaign will consist of 10 10-second ads. So I'm actually going to record this as I go over here. 20 30-second ads on daytime TV. And I'm putting that in a box because that matters. So we have 20. Oops, I wrote that wrong. 30 seconds. And we have 20 of those, right? And this is daytime. So kind of during the day when most people are at work, this is what they're doing. And then they have 5 30-second ads. Gosh, I keep doing that backwards. 30 seconds. They have 5 of those. And 10 60-second ads on prime time TV. That's in the evening, when most people are home here, and that's kind of the more expensive time to do advertising there. So they have 10 of those. All right, so we just need to know, what are we multiplying these by? What is the actual cost? I know I have 10 10-second commercials, 20 30-second commercials during daytime, and this is prime time. So I like keeping them separate like that just so that I, can quickly go back and tell exactly what they were. So now we need to look at what are the rates. So it's 6,000 per 30-second for daytime. So I'm going to go over here and write daytime. We have 6,000 for a 30-second commercial. I'm going to multiply by 0.5 or divide by 2, which is 3,000. And then I'm going to multiply by 2 to get my 60-second time. You may or may not need all of these times. And in fact, we don't need the 60-second one here, but it's just easy, to fill it in. We need to know what our prime time rates are. So it's 25,000 per 30-second ad for prime time. Okay, so now I'm going to take 25,000, and I'm actually going to pay attention over here. I don't need my 10-second, but I do need my 60-second. So all I need to do is multiply by 2. So I don't, crossing off the wrong one. I don't really need this one up here. That was overkill because we're not doing any 60 seconds for daytime. So let's multiply by 2, and we have 50,000. All right, so we just have to make sure we apply the rates correctly. So a 10-second commercial on daytime costs $3,000. And that'll get me a total here. A 30-second commercial cost me $6,000 each. So I need to multiply. It's not just 6,000 for all of them, it's each. All right, prime time, I have a 30-second commercial that cost me $25,000 each. So here's another total. And then I have 10 60-second commercials, that's the $50,000. Double the cost of a 30-second commercial equals. So I have 4 amounts here. And in order to know what my total cost is, I'm simply going to add those 4 together. Okay, so a little bit more complicated, not super complicated. You just have 2 different rates based on daytime TV and primetime TV. So, and I'm hoping that, makes sense that when more people are watching TV, it's going to cost you more to advertise at that time. It's kind of the same thing when we were doing the newspaper ads. More people buy the Sunday newspaper, so it's going to cost you more to advertise in the Sunday newspaper than it would the daily newspaper that less people buy. So it all has to do with the amount of people that are buying that paper or watching that show, kind of a thing. So the more people that are watching at that time, the more it's going to cost you. All right. So like I said, 7 through 10 are pretty much identical here. You're going to go through and all of them, I believe. It looks like they all have daytime and prime time, something along those calculations. Oh, no, number 7 does not have daytime or prime time, and neither does number 8. So those ones are a little bit more simplified. It's just a 30-second commercial that you need to divide down. But number 9 and 10 do have daytime and prime time, so you'll have to go through and keep that separate. All right, well, I hope that helped, and I will see you in section 7.